My name is Brady Steward, also known as Brady Steward MFA. I'm also known as the Ice Astronaut. I am president of Ice Moon Studios Inc. and I work with Yaya Inc. in New Orleans, and also have a cold shop in my garage here, and also I do some welding on my architecture Ice Moon Studios pieces. Here's a quick look of the artwork in my gallery here in Houston. This here is Charity Poskett. She's my gaffer, number one, and Devin Augusta, my assistant. And they've been going to be helping me today with working on the glass sculpture in various parts for Ice Moon series pieces. Today we're going to start out with the Cascade series, a figure that started back in 1988 or 89, and then we're going to do an Ice Moon invertebrate from one of my Ice Moon's invertebrate series. And so Charity and Devin, we're going to start out with making the figure. So Charity, I want you to start out a bubble, and then the second bubble lay over some color, the blue that's on the marble back here. And add a little bit of blue on the shoulder, which will be eventually the shoulders of the piece when we blow it out, okay? So, and after that, blow out the piece and open up like a vessel. And I'll ram some stuff in here, and then we'll close it up. And then it'll shape into this, shape into something like this. So here we got the spine down in here with a body cavity here, and then I'll go off and make the neck, or one of us will go off and make the neck. So we're going to want the base of the neck darker than the rest of the piece, so that way the eye doesn't stop. You know, when you're making artwork, you don't want the eye to stop on anything, because you always see the weak spot. That's right where your eye goes. So, we'll punny up with the neck. We'll knock it off here. We'll have the piece on a pipe here, like that. And then I'll go drop a cookie on this barber back here, kind of a blob, and then we'll paddle it and shape it like this. It'll be like that, and this will be dark. I'm gonna swirl that off. I'm gonna do this part, so this will be swirled in here, of course. And, of course, a little bit of color on the top, just on the top of the bubble. Then we'll punny up to this. So we want to leave. You never want to cut yourself short of glass. So we're gonna want a good moil on that. So we knock it off right here. We'll finish the piece, but there's the punny, the solid rod, and then I'll go off and make the head, and I'll spin it around. I may flatten the head a little bit, add a little color here, a little bit of red, and in the top of the piece, I'll fuse on the head onto the piece, and with the Kevlar gloves, high temperature gloves. And fuse that on with that and knock it off with the bottom. So that's the end of the Cascade series. talking about that. This is the glass sculpture that I made today, and it's a Cascade series piece. It will go into a installation called Cluster, and this piece is about biological spiritual warfare and chemicals that can tip the body. It's kind of a dark piece in theme, and basically what I have to do now at this point, I have to cut the moil off here, and never want to cut yourself short when you're working hot glass. And I would also like to make your bases big so they don't, you can always grind more off. And then I will polish it on a lap wheel in a wet belt sander. And first of all, I'll have to cut this off with a brick saw, this moil right here, see? And so that's it with this. Let me pan this around for you. Very good. These pieces come from the stories and trying to make serious work here. That I have, at this point, I have to cut the moil off with a diamond saw with its water fed, or a brick saw that the masons use, for building houses and stuff like that, and cut that off. And then I have to grind the base on a lap wheel. It's like a knife wheel that they used to sharpen axes or knives with back in the old days with a foot pedal and everything. And but it lays sideways, and you start out with a 60 grit and go all the way to up towards the 400 grit, and then you polish the work. And you may also use a wet belt sander. Then I'll label the piece usually on the left side LBS and the date, and that'll be the finished product. And then keep the piece for a while and photograph the work and archive it, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're incorporated. This is a glass part that I made today, the glass tusk. I know in the universe and on this world we have things mimic a lot each other in nature, like veins look like rivers and things, and arroys. And so basically this glass part will go in my Ice Moon Architecture series. I'm inspired by oil field trash and things that I've scuba dived around, where there's a kind of a peaceful cohabitation going on with the steel that's in the ocean floor and stuff, kind of these artificial coral reefs reefs. And so this is inspired on the Ice Moon. So if the NASA or any space agency would have any junk or architecture under the ice pack at one of the ice moons, you might see these things like growing on this architecture or stuff that you might find, kind of a space age type stuff. And also I may have like the glass coming out of the sides of these things, or on top like this. And I may even do some, also with this piece, I may go with a kind of a vessel with these little things coming off the side of it, and a little vessel on the side, so it could be a functional sculpture for a party or an event. And so these pieces are stucco pieces, they're hollow, and they're only about a ½ inch thick. And so I will light them from inside, and we'll be able to remove the glass and set them up and tear them down whenever somebody needs to move them, or if the children playing around a swimming pool or in the yard and they're worried about the pieces breaking. It could also go in corporate lobbies.